Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. For those that are not aware, the forecast in Dublin, Ireland is 53 degrees and rain. Thank you for coming down. Today, starting out, I'd please ask the Cleveland Fire Department Chaplain, Father Brown.
It's an honor to be here this afternoon and this morning to pray for all of our fallen firefighters in Cleveland, and especially we offer a prayer for all those throughout our fine country. We pray as well for all of our firefighters, those who are serving this day and those who serve in the days to come. They continue to remain safe and protected under the intercession of St. Florian. And finally, we offer a prayer today as well for Lieutenant Richard Petras, who we honor this day, as well as offer thanks for his sacrifice of service and prayers for his family as well. We ask all this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you. At this time, I would ask the Mayor, City of Cleveland, Honorable Justin Bibb, come forward, say a few words.
Good morning. Certainly honored to be here as we pay our tributes to the brave men and women of the Cleveland Division of Fire. I also want to thank the Petras family for being here today. We honor his sacrifice to our great city. And as the son of a firefighter, I know the sacrifice that's required to be a part of this special us but I know the immense pride that this special family has, not just in the city, but across the country. So again, thanks for allowing us to be here today. And also let's pay our continued tribute to those first responders across our city and across our great nation. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I ask the Chief of the Division of Fire, Chief Anthony Lute, to say a few words.
Good morning. We gather here today to honor our fallen from the Cleveland Division of Fire and across the nation. But more importantly, we gather here today to rededicate ourselves and honor the families of the fallen. That every day, no matter what their challenge, no matter what their need, the members of the Cleveland Division of Fire that wear the same patch that I have on will be here for them, to support them, and to help them in any way that we can. The division has had a tumultuous 3 years in regards to losing the members that we serve with, the people we care about, and the people that we love. In those 3 years, we have found out a lot about ourselves. In my opinion, we have found out that the issues that divide us are not as strong as the issues that bind us. My sincere hope is that going forward, that when we are not in times of trouble and suffering, we can remember this lesson. I wish a happy St. Patrick's Day to all involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, I would ask Fran Lally, President of the International Association of Firefighters, Local 93, to come forward and say a few words.
We're gathered here today, as we do every St. Patrick's Day, to remember our brothers who have given their lives in the line of duty, and to memorialize the names of our brother Lieutenant Richard Petras. Many of the names on this memorial have long since passed, but they are not forgotten. Likewise, Rich will never be forgotten. This memorial will stand from this day forward with Rich's name etched in granite as a testament to his sacrifice. Let it also serve as a symbol of his commitment to duty and honor and his oath to protect the men, women, and children of this city. Even in the face of the pandemic, Rich never neglected his duties. He knew the risks, and he continued to serve. He was a true hero. Rich was also a longtime member of Engine 30. He was the recipient of numerous awards and citations, one of which was the Everyday Champion Award for actions at a house fire in the Glenville neighborhood, which helped to save the lives of 2 children. I believe if he was here today, he would tell us all to continue to do your duty, even when it's most difficult, and to honor your oath, no matter the consequences. Remember, we are all Cleveland firefighters, and we have a proud tradition and history, and a responsibility to pass on an untarnished legacy to the future generations of Cleveland firefighters. On behalf of the men and women of Local 93, I wish once again to extend our sincere condolences to the Petras family, Jill, Amber, and Ashley. May God bless them. May God bless all of you. And may God's perpetual light continue to shine on our brother, Lieutenant Richard Petras.
Thank you, President Lilly. At this time, I would like Lieutenant Stephen Hutchinson from Ladder Company 30 to come forward to say a few words. Lieutenant Hutchinson and Lieutenant Petras have been longtime friends.
Thank you. In the 1840s, close to 2 million immigrants from Ireland made their way to America. For many, the only work they could find was dangerous, low-paying service work with the fire departments. Firefighting in the 1800s was especially dangerous, and it wasn't uncommon to lose several members of a force at one incident. Despite that, the Irish gladly took these positions as it provided a means of income and acceptance into American society. Once they began having families, their sons, their grandsons would follow in their footsteps. They took a dirty, dangerous job that nobody else wanted, and over time, turned it into a respected profession. Then, for many of us, a profession into a calling. Lieutenant Richard Petras was fortunate to marry into a good Irish family and follow in his father-in-law Ed Gartland's footsteps. I believe for Rich, it was also his calling. When we got onto the fire department together in 1994, one of the first things we were told was that our life expectancy just went down 10 years on average. When we walked into the station each day, we didn't think about our own mortality, that today my time could be up, not because we thought we were invincible or because we were unafraid, but because it didn't matter when this was our calling. This was Rich's calling. I believe God put Rich where he was supposed to be, where he needed to be. Thinking about Lieutenant Petras' 26 and a half years of service, I did some math and realized that Rich went on approximately 25,000 runs in his career. The majority of those, he helped someone in need. Whether it was a minor medical call or a house fire of people trapped, Rich was there for thousands of people in their time of need. To our newer members out there who have never had the opportunity to meet Rich, ask a senior man about him. They'll tell you of his heroics and some good memories. Rich was our colleague, our friend, our brother. He left behind a beautiful wife, Jill, that he loved very much, and 2 daughters, Amber and Ashley, that he was so proud of. I know Rich had a big heart and would want you to be happy and move forward. I ask all of you today that when you're out later, that you raise a glass, give a toast to Rich, and share one of his many stories. I know Rich would love that. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Every year I manage to mess something up, but I think I got it. A few years back, my mother had a heart attack, and I saw a young girl walking down the elevator. I had no idea. Ashley grew up with, or same age as my youngest daughter, and as we're walking down, Like, I know that girl. I hadn't seen her in several years. She grew up, and I didn't mess up. It's Ashley. Amber wasn't able to join us today. For those that know, she's in Florida. She lives and works in Florida. Tuesday, March 11th, 2020, 3 years ago, the mayor of the city of Cleveland banned all large gatherings. The parade committee canceled the parade. It truly was a historic moment. How little did we know? Behind me rests the memory of 80 fathers, dads, uncles, friends, 80 brothers whose names will forever be etched into the granite panels of this magnificent memorial. We remember 23 of them from structure collapse or falling debris, 7 from vehicle accidents, 12, one of which we know dearly, struck, thrown, or fell from a vehicle, 20 from medical events, either collapsing during or after a fire, 8 from falls, 6 from inhalation of smoke or toxic substance, 2 from exposure or hyperthermia, and two who contracted recognized diseases. Of our 80 brothers, one of them will forever be tied to a global pandemic, the disease responsible for shutting down the entire world. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, a branch of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, firefighters, police officers, and other protection service employees had the occupation with the highest death rates from COVID-19 in 2020. While most of the population stayed home, firefighters continued to work. While others sheltered, firefighters continued to train, continued to respond to all hazards, continuing to place themselves in harm's way each day, even in the face of a novel virus previously unknown. Many of our brothers, sisters across the country and here alike fell ill. Thankfully, they recovered. Unfortunately, many did not. On behalf of the members of Local 93 and the Cleveland Fire Department, I would like to thank Jill and their daughters, Amber and Ashley, for allowing us to be a part of their family. It's truly our honor. Today we gather to honor the life of your husband, your father, your coach, your biggest fan, and our brother, Lieutenant Richard Petras, born October 18, 1968, and appointed to the Cleveland Fire Department on February 14, 1994, at the age of 25. Upon completion of the Fire Training Academy, Rich was assigned to the Engine Company 22, Hook and Ladder Company 23, and finally Engine 30, where Rich spent nearly 24 years working on one of the busiest engine companies in the city until his promotion to lieutenant on July 1, 2020. After his promotion, Lieutenant Rich Petras was assigned to the Fire Training Academy, where he was responsible to work and train Cleveland firefighters in spite of an ongoing pandemic. It was during this time Lieutenant Petras contracted the SARS-2 COVID-19 virus. On August 15, 2020, after a short battle with the disease, Lieutenant Petras succumbed to his complications prior to the development of a vaccine. Over the years, Lieutenant Petras received a number of awards and acclamations. Among them, City of Cleveland Lifesaver Award from former Mayor Michael White, a resolution from City Council, and a certificate of commendations for his actions while he's on his way to work a shift at Engine 36 on May 17, 1999. Then firefighter Petras, upon being flagged down, entered a building located at 10412 Wade Park Avenue and removed several tenants, including a 99-year-old female. Rich then re-entered the building and held the fire in check with buckets of water until fire companies could arrive to extinguish it. On another occasion, Rich Petras, working as a member of Rescue Squad 3, was recognized by Cuyahoga County Executive Edward Fitzgerald for taking part in a multiple life-saving incident at 7621 Euclid Avenue on April 13, 2011. And yet another occasion, while returning from a separate alarm and working with other members of Engine Company 30 on June 9, 2015, Firefighter Richard Petras, along with Lieutenant Ron Vargo and Firefighter David Chantry, were awarded the Florian Cross for bravery displayed and their heroic actions in saving the lives of 2 children from the second floor of a house fire located at East 93rd Street. We remember. At this time, I would ask that Jill and Ashley, along with their escorts, please come forward to present the wreath in honor of Lieutenant Richard Petras and all of our fallen brothers. This concludes our ceremony. I would like to thank Jill, Ashley, and Amber for being available. I'd like to thank everybody for coming down and invite everyone to join us on the avenue as we march down in honor of Rich and all of our fallen brothers. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.